You're listening to the Wayward Atheist Podcast. Hello, everyone. If this is your first time listening, thank you for joining us. This is a podcast where borders collide, where the gloves are off, where filters are removed, where we tell you exactly what we think about the news, politics, and religion. The Wayward Atheist Podcast is dedicated to free thought, reason, and the pursuit of truth. You can follow us on Twitter at Wayward Atheist, on Spreaker, Stitcher, and iTunes. You can email us at waywardatheistpodcast@gmail.com. or leave us a comment on our Facebook page. So without further ado, let's get on with the show.
Hello and welcome to the Wayward Atheist Podcast. I'm Dave, aka the Great White North.
I'm Big Black A Dave.
I'm Ed, the Everyday Atheist.
And I'm Dustin Dark.
Well, we're back. We're going to lighten up the show today. I think we've done enough doom and gloom over the past little bit, and our three-part series wasn't as popular as I fucking thought it was going to be. So we're going to lighten up the mood tonight. But first, we'll do some shopkeeping. So, David, how was your week?
My week was great. Pretty busy and just working on some projects.
Okay, and I have to ask, because I always ask, where are you at in your piece?
I'm in post-production. If the piece is composed, it's finished. I just need to work on the copying and getting ready for the printers. So that's where I am right now.
Right on. And when are we going to get to hear this?
Hopefully when it's performed and rehearsed. We can get it. Yeah.
Are you going to give the Wayward Atheist the exclusive, or do you have to send it to them first?
No, it's between them, obviously. and me. But hopefully you guys will hear it once it's done and it gets public performance.
For sure. And now I'm going to sound super, super smart, but I'm not smart at all. How is the score coming along? I think that's like movie music.
Like I said, the score is completed.
Oh, it's completed. Okay, so see, I'm a fucking dumbass when it comes to music. You know, like when you say somebody's tone deaf or can't play a single instrument, that's me. Like I can play Smoke on the Water on guitar, and that's because it's just, and only the beginning part where it's like dun 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 dun, because that's like the easiest. Like a child could learn how to play that.
Well, you're a music lover, so I'm sure you're.
I love music, though. I'm probably selling myself short. I sang one time for Dustin. Sweet nothing.
You sure did.
Yeah, sweet nothing's in his ear. All right, Edward.
No, man. Other than I had some bad news about my back. Other than that, my week's been pretty good.
Do you want to explain? Or do you want to gloss over that?
I'm going to gloss over that for now.
Okay. All right, Dustin.
Pretty good. I've been a bit sick this week, but I'm getting over it. So if I sound a little weird, that's why. Been doing some car shopping. I don't actually own a car. I walk everywhere that I go in town because we don't have the best public transportation systems here in Alabama. So when I do finally find a vehicle, this is really going to be a life changer there.
And what breed of horse is that?
Whatever I can steal and get away with, I'm looking for some engines to wonder by.
Is it going to be shoed? Is it going to be shoed, or are you going to have to do that yourself?
I'll probably have to pay for that one. I'm not skilled in blacksmithery or smithery, smithing.
Smithing.
Sure,
Smiting.
man. If you say it, I'll believe it. Smiting, yeah.
No, it's
I know.
Okay, well, so the ongoing, I don't want to say saga, but the ongoing storyline that is my son, Rain, severe autism, nonverbal. So as of late, you guys know that he started saying more words, and Ed, you heard him naming objects.
Yeah, it was cool.
So he's actually at the point where he's putting two words together now.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so like yellow duck, green frog, purple dog, blue cat. And I got him to do it 10 times in a row. Now, I know it doesn't seem like much, but it's compared to last year where he wasn't talking at all, saying anything. Since he's found a new found communication, like bit of sign language, he can kind of ask for juice and stuff like that. He hasn't been biting himself as much because I think he's lost a lot of the frustration that he had from not being able to communicate at all. Yeah.
Do you think it's also a bit of confidence in himself?
I don't know if it's confidence. I think what it was is that he didn't have I think he knew how to talk, but he didn't have the inclination to, or the motivation to, because I don't think, like, one of the things with autistic children is mimicking and understanding how to get things. So I think he didn't understand that using his words was easier than biting or, trying to pull you to the fridge or whatever. But I think he's finally starting to understand that language is the easiest way to communicate and to get what you need.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Well, for me, I was super excited when he because like my father-in-law has been taking him to a speech therapist because I'm at work. It used to be that she would take him in the evening or weekends, but she stopped doing that. And maybe I want to say it was either this Tuesday or last Tuesday. Robin, who's an awesome speech pathologist, she's actually American, living up here. She had written an email to us like she always does after the therapy and said, "Great work today. I can tell by the way that he's communicating and his inclination and pointing to things that he's on the verge of putting two words together." And then a couple days later, he was like, he named like the color and then the object together like 10 times in a row, and different things too, not like yellow duck, yellow duck, yellow duck. It was like yellow duck, green frog, like I had already stated. So I was like, it's been a long road, man, like super long road with this. And like, obviously he's not where I'd like him to be. I love him. He's my son. And I would prefer that he had full, understanding of language and verbal communication. Next, it's potty training because he's 7 and still in a diaper. I didn't push that. Like, obviously, like we do take him to the toilet and we put him on. We have him in pull-ups still, but I was more pushing for the communication. Yeah. Like every therapist that I've ever had, they're like, we should do the potty training. And I say, yeah, but I don't want that to be the number one thing. Like even like when we were paying for the private IBI therapy, I was like, communication needs to be number one because the kid needs a form of communication. Right?
Yeah. I mean,
like you have to be able to communicate in the world. Otherwise, you're just a ball of frustration, which he was, So, but anyways, yeah, hooray for my son.
That's amazing. It's awesome.
Yeah, so we'll be right back with the first clip of the evening.
I can't tell you the number of people I came in contact with through Facebook, a lot of different things that watched the halftime show of Lady Gaga and just said glowing things about it. And, the scriptures tell us that Satan comes as an angel of light. So Lady Gaga, she disarmed everybody when the first thing she started to do the other night at halftime was sing God Bless America. And from that point on, she went into this land is your land, this land is my land, and we were all hooked. Oh, what a beautiful, she's honoring God. And so we didn't ask which God, did we? We didn't ask which God. See, that name God, that didn't mean a whole lot. There's a lot of gods. He said he'd have no other gods before him. So Lucifer could be a god. Do you understand that, folks? You understand it? And you understand how they lured us into the celebration of Satan right in front of us. I think it was a classic bait and switch. And by that, I mean this. They told us all week that she was going to come out and she was going to go against Trump and she was going to stand up against the deplorables. And so everybody's waiting to see how she's going to do this, come out against Trump. And she did the bait and switch and went strictly to a demonic service right there in the middle of the Super Bowl. We laugh about the Illuminati. We laugh about the Masons. We laugh about all of that kind of stuff. Russ, there must be powerful forces at work that could get Lady Gaga this gig at the biggest event in American, in the year in America. She is the highlighting, not Toby Keith, we can name 100. Russ, this Illuminati, this Church of Satan, this Masonic thing, this is real, isn't it, bud?
Yeah, buddy, fucking Toby Keith, the fucking halftime show. The fuck are you talking about? I'm sorry. I must have missed the fucking part. Lady Gaga dragged the fucking goat squealing out onto the middle of the stage, cut its throat, drained the blood, filled a baby's skull, and fucking drank it in the name of Beelzebub to keep the refugees in the United States. What a stupid motherfucker.
The old bait and switch.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so I haven't seen this guy before. I have a psychic prediction. The Illuminati has sent me word that we're going to see a lot more of this fuck in the spotlight.
Who is this guy?
David Dubemeyer.
What a nice last name, eh? Fucking Dubemeyer.
Is he like a preacher or what?
Yeah, he's a hate preacher.
He's a hate preacher. I love that. It's its own brand.
Well, hate preaching, like the fucking fire and brimstone, gays should burn, all that fucking.
Now
Trump guy.
Fire and brimstone, I'm very familiar with.
Well, I knew that the right wing guys were like forecasting that Lady Gaga would be summoning spirits, like demonic spirits, for the Super Bowl. So I don't know if they were surprised or.
Well, you know what she did, right? Like I don't know if you guys watched the Super Bowl, but okay, Tom Brady and the New England Patriots were down like 28-3, and after halftime they came back to win. Atlanta had a 99% chance of winning the Super Bowl at that point. Then she did her fucking goat killing, blood drinking ceremony. The Supreme Court lifted the ban on the refugees and the immigrants, and Tom Brady won the fucking Super Bowl. I don't see how you guys can't see this clear as day.
Well, when you put it like that, it all makes sense, Dave.
I'm just thinking.
Never mind the refugee that tried to escape Trump and lost his fingers walking to Canada in February. That was just, he didn't hear the spell. If he had witnessed the blood drinking and heard the Illuminati's call, he would have stayed put, and Trump would have been thwarted by Beelzebub himself.
How does anybody actually believe in this shit? Like, really? I mean, Lady Gaga
Do they though? Or is he just trying to get his name out there?
There are absolutely people that believe what the fuck he just said. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. I'll tell you what, this is actually pretty tame. I have a hobby of like reading conspiracy theory websites and things. They all go crazy every year after the Super Bowl. It's like a teenager trying to find meaning in Nirvana songs. Like they whatever they want to be there comes out. It's fascinating.
Shit, I thought Nirvana songs were for doing heroin.
Well, it's like a Warsack test, you know. It kind of tells us a little bit about you there, Dave. That's what you hear. No, it was probably all the smack he was doing when he was writing the songs, though. You're right.
But like the Illuminati, the global conspiracy, like the Masons. Like, come on, people, is this really what you sit at home worrying about? And why the Super Bowl? For what?
Hey, listen. President Blackenstein is out of office, so they don't have to worry about being fucking tread upon by the black man anymore. So now they can worry about tiny girls dancing.
But you know what? This Illuminati conspiracy stuff happens on both sides of the spectrum. I know
it does.
Lefty guys, lefty people that still believe that there's a conspiracy with the Illuminati and that Trump is just another voice for it. And
I know atheists who are believing that World Bank and the Rothschild stuff and the Zion or whatever,
the Zionist plot.
Zionist.
Plot.
You know, you have protesters in the United States that are yelling like anti-Zionist shit when they smash in Starbucks windows. So I don't know where it comes from, man.
But how can you live your life when you're afraid of invisible things, like things that don't even exist?
I don't know. What was it being a Mormon like, Ed?
I mean, I don't remember being deathly afraid of the Super Bowl halftime. I just don't.
I remember being a small child and being afraid of things I couldn't see. So I would imagine that it's like being a child. You go to bed at night, you hear scratching under your bed, and you freak the fuck out like there's a demon there, but it's your cat. You know what I mean? Or fucking you're scared because your closet door is open. I would imagine that these adults, if they really do believe this, they probably live their life like that. Like they would go into their bedroom and say their magic words and cleanse the room in Jesus' name and be scared that, the devil's going to get him overnight.
I also think a lot of it's end timesy stuff, like an eschatological sort of thing that they're looking for some kind of story to tell themselves because they believe that Jesus is coming back soon. I think also too, after 9/11, I think a lot of people got really, really scared, and they believe that set things in motion for the end times, and then Jesus is coming soon. Like I think a lot of people are just afraid, and they need some kind of meaning. We're gonna look at numbers. We're gonna look at a pop artist's performance and look for little signs and little Disney movies and look in the clouds in Disney movies and see if there's 666. People are looking for meaning, and it gets really, really. I think it's a sick, all-consuming type of obsession. I don't know how people can.
Motherfucker, it's been over 2,000 years. He ain't coming back. Okay, like that's just like you are the biggest fucking Klingon girl that's been stood up for a date. Like, or a guy, could be a guy too. You're at the bar, or at the restaurant, you're waiting for your date. The first half hour goes by, so you order yourself a drink because your date hasn't showed up. Another half hour, you order another drink. You're there till fucking closing waiting for the fucking date to show up. That's what these assholes are like. Like, holy shit, man. Face it, he just ain't that into you.
Yeah, well, then they keep coming back for 2,000 years, so I think you really got to finish your analogy there. So what Dave's saying, guys, is just go ahead and go home and masturbate. It's over. It's not going to happen.
God probably doesn't exist. Carry on with your life.
I mean, why is the Super Bowl like why the Super Bowl of all things? Not the inauguration, not nothing that is like super huge. Not everybody watches fucking football.
No. Super Bowl is huge.
It is fucking huge.
Yeah, in the States. No,
globally.
No, like 4 billion people watch the Super Bowl.
Holy fuck, really?
Yes.
Why do you think the ads go for so much? Like, why do you think everyone's beating up at, like, they make a commercial just for the Super Bowl because that is one of the most viewed things on the planet every year.
My apologies to people that like the Super Bowl.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it. I caught a few seconds of it on my phone. That's all I did.
I just want to say one thing real quick too. Hey man, can we not body shame Lady Gaga? She's in good shape. Like, fuck off. Cheeto fingers, fucking basement dwellers, fucking going after Lady Gaga's body. She's got a fucking nice body. Shut your traps.
Like she's jumping from stadium roofs.
I know, she's fucking crazy. She's got a crazy body. I'm done.
Now, my perspective is that we are witnessing a full-blown Marxist communist resistance movement, a revolution in America. The chief banker funding the Purple Revolution is billionaire George Soros. And the chief community organizer directing the insurrection in the streets is none other than Barack Hussein Obama. The Purple Revolution is more than political resistance. It is sedition. Fior Hernandez, Doc Burkhardt, and Edward Zoll are here with me today to discuss and analyze today's top news headlines. Doc, it is sedition. I don't know what else to say about it. This is outright sedition.
For our audience, what is sedition? What does that mean?
Sedition is an organized effort encouraging people to resist and overthrow a legitimate government.
Right.
And we have laws in the United States against sedition. In fact, today, Edward, I went in and I went to, I got the federal code and I printed out a number of pages of what our sedition laws talk about and what the Democrats are doing in the news media and the bureaucrats inside the Obama NISTA bureaucrats inside the government agencies. What they are doing is these are acts of sedition.
Right, and looking from a Christian perspective, there are rules about this in the Bible too.
Oh God, believe me, you want to get God worked up. You know what sedition reminds him of?
Rebellion.
Yeah, and who's that remind him of?
Witchcraft.
And Lucifer.
Right.
Because it all goes back to Lucifer. what Lucifer did in heaven was commit sedition.
Right.
He tried to overthrow God's kingdom.
I will be like the Most High.
Yes. So all acts of sedition are inspired by Lucifer.
And there are foul taste in God's mouth.
That's right. So people need to be very cautious about joining in a resistance movement because they are committing, not only breaking the laws of the nation, but they're breaking God's laws.
Right.
This is extremely dangerous, Fiora.
It's interesting you bring that up. I've been hearing a lot of pastors and pastors even that I know from different markets that I worked at preaching, even over the weekend, about being very careful in the movements, quote, that you start to join and comment on and how you comment.
Yeah, because the words that we speak may come back and bite us later on.
Every time.
Well, let's look at some of the things that are happening right now. I mean, we know George Soros is in this.
Right.
He's up to his eyeballs. He's writing checks left and right, financing this movement. My gut feeling, intuition says Barack Obama is on the phone day and night, and he is directing the protest. He's organizing. He's giving clear instructions to the people what to do, how to carry it out.
No, motherfucker. Obama is windsurfing, you son of a bitch. We've all seen the fucking pictures. He smiled ear to ear, fucking out in the fucking tropical ocean, having a good fucking time, you stupid fuck. He doesn't give a shit anymore about fucking your bullshit. Get fucked, Wiles. Like, Jesus Christ. This guy has been at it for too fucking long, and for people to still fucking pay attention to this fucking knob goblin, fucking Christ loving dickweed is unfucking believable. Sedition. Was it sedition when the Republican Party fucking naysayed every single fucking move that Obama tried to make? Yes, citizens are fucking rioting and they're getting violent and they're fucking wrong. But your own goddamn party fucking did it for fucking goddamn 8 years. Shut your fucking trap. Jesus Christ.
It's about the war in heaven, and all this thing is a sedition. Sedition. I love that word, sedition.
He's like the sound of my own voice, sedition.
It leaves.
It's like the only big word he knows. And you know that they had to say, okay, so you know this buddy's like, and for the listeners, what does sedition mean? You know they had to, right? They had to do that for his fucking listeners. Their IQs are like their fucking teeth. They have 3 in their mouth.
Okay, I know George Soros got a lot of money, but fuck me. He must be bankrupt by now, because they've been writing checks since fucking Obama before Obama got even elected. If he's cutting them kind of checks, holy fuck.
I would like to know. I would like to know how when the president is. I am not in the camp that the president is Hitler. Yeah, I don't fucking think that Trump is Hitler. Right? Like, I think that's a little aggressive. I think comparing him to fucking Don Young Kim or Don Long
Kim Jong Un,
North Korean Un Spoon that's a little aggressive. But for sure, blocking the media or trying to block the media. For sure, building walls. For sure, throwing people out because they're fucking brown. It's fascist. That's fascist behavior, right? Like, I don't know if Donald Trump is smart enough to like comprehend what fascism is. Like, I don't want to call him stupid. Anyways, you dumb fuck. The Republicans have the presidency. They have the House. They have the Senate. Where the fuck is this Marxist fucking communist uprise? A few university students throwing fucking, garbage cans to your window, setting them on fire, beating people up. Yes, that's bad, but I think the United States is pretty fucking insulated from becoming a communist country at this time. I don't know. It just me. I think maybe I'm wrong on that. Or am I? Let's ask Rick. Rick, is U.S. turned communist? No, it's not, you stupid fuck.
I think we'll make it. Yeah.
I just like the fact that it leaves a bad taste in God's mouth.
Like my dick. You know who would fit right in on that show? Jordan Peterson.
I know. I was thinking the same thing.
Conspiritualize fucking communists and fucking the Red Army and fucking, all professors are fucking Marxists and like, I'm sure that would be great. Fucking, yeah, actually do that. and then I'll comment on it. It'd be awesome.
See, here's the thing. Like, you guys think this is so crazy, and probably one reason that I'm not dying laughing as much as you guys are, it's just giving me flashbacks to high school. A lot of people listen to this, and they may think, like, this is really low-hanging fruit, but I swear to God, I heard this shit so much when I was, super Southern Baptist Christian. They don't blink at this, man. They don't blink at it at all.
Okay, if you did that here, you'd be fucking laughed at.
It's pretty crazy, but I was also wondering about that, too. Like, Trump did mention he wants to do away with the Johnson Amendment, which I guess it basically like prevents churches from like politically implicating.
Yeah. So what?
I can only imagine that people in churches, once that amendment gets chipped away at, that this type of talk is really going to be used to. Yeah.
So what exactly happened there, David, is the same thing that happened with the immigration stuff. What he did was, with the immigration stuff, he knew that it was unconstitutional, and he knows that separation of church and state. So basically what he wants to do is he wants to make it okay for religions and churches to endorse a political party. And the reason why he wants to do that is for re-election purposes, obviously. So what he did with the immigration stuff is he put together a team. He said, you got a bunch of lawyers, you got a bunch of bureaucrats, and he said, find me a way to legally do this. And he's doing the same thing with the Johnson Amendment. And that is not fucking cool, because I'm bringing up the old podcast, but I've always said this, like, the United States, even over Canada and European countries, is the only country that has like an actual true separation of church and state. Now, they don't follow their constitution, but it's actually written in it that it's separation of church and state. Like, it's one of the things that the founding fathers came up with.
Like, that phrase isn't so much in there, just to play devil's advocate a little bit. That phrase isn't so much. What it does say, what it does say is that Congress cannot pass a law that favors one religion, and then there are some speeches given later that kind of puts out the general idea that there is a separation of church and state. It's more of a tradition than it is enshrined outside of what you're talking about. So it is something that can be attacked pretty easily.
Well, no, it's under the First Amendment, though. It says that that your government cannot be involved in the matters of church.
The government shall make no law establishing religion. That's what it says.
Right. That's right.
And other countries don't have that.
That in and of itself should indicate strongly to any religion that it cannot be, like they always say, this is a Christian nation. No, it says so in your First Amendment right off the bat. It cannot be. Point blank, period, end story.
Yeah, but the Constitution was created by God.
Wasn't it Texas that was like Joseph wrote the Constitution or something like that?
If English is good enough for Jesus, it's good enough for me.
But I think the poignancy of this is that, like, they've won already. I don't understand attacking Obama. Like, you've won. You control everything. You're doing whatever you want. Obama's passing shit left and right. He's fucking going crazy, taking pictures of himself, signing shit he ain't even reading, for fuck's sakes. You've won. Why are you attacking Obama? I just don't understand.
The reaction, is it like the uprisings and all the protests? Is that what he's reacting to? Like, why aren't they falling in line? Why aren't they kissing Trump's ass? Why aren't they worshiping him as like the savior of America? I don't get it. It might be demonic spirits influencing them.
I would say that Obama's been pretty divisive, right? Like, for sure, I don't care what anybody says. He said some wild fucking shit, and he's come out against a lot of people, right? That's how he got there. He placated to a certain segment of the population, and he othered the rest. So I don't know why these people would expect all of a sudden, women or Mexicans or Muslims to be for Trump. That doesn't make any sense.
Because it's God's government.
I guess.
Anyway, let's talk to Dustin. Let's say, Dustin, how do you see this in your country?
How do I see this in my country? I'm not sure. Obama's out. it's almost too ridiculous to respond to, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I don't even know where to start. Like, I can see where people are nervous that there is some sort of communist or left uprising, because there are groups like Antifa and stuff that's coming up, anarchist groups, and they are going around and causing problems. But in my opinion, one of the things that protects the United States from either communist or a fascist revolution is that there is such a diversity in religion in the United States, because you talk about yourself. Part of the way the communist regime was built up is they kind of inserted the structure of a church. And a lot of times when fascism takes over, it has the background of religion too. And they work in unison to kind of trap. And the United States, we can't agree on religion here from one town to the next, from one church to the next. There are churches that agree but disagree across the street from each other, very, very vehemently. And it would be hard to get a mass movement because of the amount of diversity that we have here. That is one way that diversity is strong. Since you put me on the spot, there you go.
No, yeah, but I don't think that the numbers are there for an actual like a real uprising. Like this is a temper tantrum.
Yeah, it's right? A bunch of asshole kids that don't understand.
Yeah. They're lashing out. They're kids being kids, for lack of better terms.
Yeah, to a certain extent, it's the life or death narrative that both parties always put out too. I think it motivates people to start acting a little violent. If everything is a fight for your life, quite literally, and violence is kind of a solution.
I find it very funny that he called it the Purple Uprising.
They were red and black. I thought they were red and black anarchists, aren't they, Dustin?
Yes, this one, like Antifa is. They have like a red and black flag, like double flag thing. Yeah. But if you notice, none of these people, no one on the right criticizing is going to draw a line between the protesters and the Antifa that shows up to basically fuck things up in a black bloc. And Google black bloc if you're at home if you don't know what I mean. And it's really hurting the left. Because everyone's getting blamed for these 30 assholes that show up. You got 500 peaceful protesters. These 30 guys make the whole thing look like a shit show. You get your, bam on the picture in the evening news. And now, the students at Berkeley are rioting. And most of those guys, I would say, probably weren't students. And then Trump's going to fucking pull money. And it's just, it's fucking stupid.
I know, we're way off. We're way off.
Yeah. I was just way off.
I just want to say, I just want to say one thing real quick. So I think in direct response to the riots at Berkeley and in New York, the Republican Party now gets to put a cunt like Milo Yiannopoulos up as a fucking free speech hero, and Gavin McGraw, who's a Canadian, who's also a fucking racist cunt.
McInnes.
McInnes. I don't fucking Gavin McFuckface for all I fucking care.
This is Tuesday's show all of a sudden.
Did I call him Gavin McGraw?
McGraw. Yeah, I think you might have McGraw.
Okay, doesn't matter. Gavin McInnes, fuckface. They're presenting them up as heroes, and when you look at it on the surface, because they were there using words, and these kids were lashing out in violence, they do look like the more civil out of the two in this instance. Like, as Dustin showed me yesterday, there's political ad campaigns presenting fucking a Canadian racist cunt and a British cunt as fucking heroes for people to vote for the fucking Republican Party.
In Louisiana.
I'm going to say one more thing about the Gavin thing. No, you cannot claim Gavin as a fucking immigrant, okay? He's fucking Canadian. You cannot put immigrant in front of Gavin McGraw or McGinnis, fuckface. You cannot do that. I'm sorry. You just can't. It's a car ride. Seriously. Shit. You can walk in places. Like, if you live in Windsor, you can walk and be in Detroit in an hour and a half. Yeah. No, he's not an immigrant.
Don't walk to Manitoba.
But don't walk to Manitoba in February. You'll lose your fingers in your fucking toes.
Oh, I know this is way off too. if either one of them deserves to have people be really upset and call them names, it's McGinnis. He says worse shit.
Oh, he's awful.
He says much worse shit than Miles. Gavin will say women should be home cooking me a meal right now. And Milo would not say that. He'd be like, you'd probably be happier as a wife and a mother, would be his attack there. He won't straight say, go home, make me a sandwich. It's,
Gavin's awful. Awful.
Yeah, he's a comedian, though.
It's a bit of a stretch.
Well, it's meant. What I mean is, he does clubs and stuff.
Yeah. No, I'm just fucking around here.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I was just fucking around, saying that he's not.
All right. So way off. Yeah.
Yeah. All I have to say is, "Viva la Purple Revolution."
We really need a revolution. I'm convinced if we as a church would have stood up, as Lori says it all the time, against taking Bible out of the school, taking
1963,
scriptures,
the Bible, yep. There was,
prayer.
Right. And I was first grade.
But one woman.
And then
I met that woman.
1973, Roe versus Wade. And
She
I asked Jim many times, where was the church? Where was?
Here's the
why
thing.
didn't the church come together and stand up against?
If they all use the Constitution to why they all can march in the street, and why they're all able to burn things down. I'm not saying to burn anything down, but they all say, well, the Constitution has given us this right.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't we say, we're not going to let it happen? We could have stopped it. We really could have stopped it. But they have sold us a bill of goods, and we are peaceful people as Christians. And so we have let them, and it's gotten to the point where the church, honestly, I met too many intelligent people that are on the inside that know if we hadn't had a change of presidents and leadership, the church is already dissolving, but there would have been almost a destruction, total end of the church, or at least it would have been pretty well underground this year we're in right now. It's time that the church say, no, you can't take our freedom of speech. How can we be that dumb that we are in the pulpit? We're supposed to be orators. We're supposed to speak. And we're letting him tell us that we cannot speak the word of God that is the foundation of our ministries and our denominations and everything we stand for. But we let them con us. And I'm just saying, people, don't sit down. Keep standing, because I believe God has the harvest coming.
Now, absolutely. Yeah. Do you have a scripture?
So when you were talking about how they're saying, if you interview the people that are in Washington, some are saying one thing it's about immigration, or it's about taking my rights away, or it's about abortion, or it's about Trump's misogynistic handling of women.
Oh, yeah.
They all had different opinions.
Yeah.
Now listen to this. When Paul was in Ephesus, see, what I believe is happening is there was a deliverance of the nation from the spirit of witchcraft in the Oval Office. The spirit of witchcraft was in the Oval Office. It was about to intensify to a higher level demon principality. And God came along with a wrecking ball, shocked everyone. The church cried out for mercy. Bam! God knocked that spirit out. And what you're looking at is the manifestation of an enraged demon through the populace.
By witchcraft, he means black man, right? Am I right? What's that on your shirt, buddy? Oh, no, nothing. That's just your racist. Holy fuck.
But doesn't
Christ, could you be any more fucking blatant? Like, he exorcised the witchcraft from the Oval Office that was about to become a fucking demon. Well, his term was up, so it wouldn't have been fucking the black man anymore. Okay, sorry. Like, fuck me. And at the beginning, when he said that they need a revolution, again, you guys won everything. You have the president, you have the House, you have the Senate. What's the revolution for?
How are both sides calling for revolution too? Like, fuck me, Christ.
I gotta laugh though, because Jim Baker
election was the revolution. Wasn't
they're right. Revolution.
You're right.
But Jim Baker
in terms, yeah.
Sorry, Jim Baker always sounds like he's drunk. Always. He's like, God, stay off the communion wine a little bit and start fucking focusing on what you're trying to say. I mean, how can you want a revolution and at the same time claim victory that your guy got in?
Yeah, and him and the woman, that's his wife, right? Is that his wife?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're just throwing shit. Roe v. Wade, fucking abortion, immigration, fucking sodomy, fucking gays. They're just like every fucking Christian right-wing fucking talking point. They're just throwing and interrupting each other too. He's like, we need it. And she's like, Roe v. Wade.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Isn't there a biblical scripture about her interrupting him?
Yeah, you can't teach it, man.
Oh my God.
But taking the Bible out of school and taking prayer out of school, no one says you can't pray in school. It just can't be led by the school. There's this, you can pray all day. Go for it. I mean, you can read the Bible as often as you want. It just means that the school itself cannot enforce that at all. I don't understand.
Yeah, but Roe v. Wade, man. The fuck? I don't know what you're getting here. Bibles out of schools. Fucking no more abortions. Fuck, we need a revolution.
Well, what about the fact that he's talking about how he says that the freedom of speech is being taken from him? They haven't shut the fuck up in 8 years. That's all you fucking heard was, gotta get the Bible back in school. Gotta stop praying. You heard it everywhere.
If anything should be taken away, it's that motherfucker selling fucking noodles for $2,500 a bucket. Actually, that's his new nickname, fucking Noodles.
Yeah, you can buy a bucket of dehydrated eggs from this dude because the world's going to end.
I know it's a bit off topic, but you know what he said? When he's like, because I guess he had too much. He's like, and if you live in an apartment, you can start using it as furniture. You can build a table with the buckets.
Oh, I have a question though. He's building all this doomsday shit. He's selling it. If Jesus is coming back, isn't he supposed to be raptured? So why would he need all this survival gear?
Well, he doesn't need it. It's for us.
That's actually a disagreement among different Christians as to whether or not you get resurrected at what point during the whole sequence of events there in Revelations. So
yeah, I understand, but his brand says that he's going to be raptured. Jim says it all the time, but it's going to be tough before that happens. Before Jesus comes, we're going to have a big war, so we need food in a box.
That limp handshake ain't warring anybody. Let's just get that out of the way right now. Jesus Christ. So his little sidekick there, who's like, what's Conan O'Brien's fucking buddy's name there? Andy or whatever. What's his name? The guy that's off to the side. That's fucking Jim Baker's Andy. Anyways, he's like witchcraft in the Oval Office that was about to turn demonic. Is he saying that? I'm reading into it, but Barack Obama, the black man, is a witchcraft, and the demon is a woman.
Who knows?
Right? Like
Michelle, are you saying it's a demon?
No. Hillary.
I didn't catch that, but
that's what he said. He said the witchcraft was in the evil office, and it was about to turn demonic, and it was thwarted. Right? So meaning that Donald Trump is fucking Witchmaster General, obviously fucking Van Helsing, the demon fucking slayer, and he kicked in the door and with his fucking big orange foot and his tiny orange hands and his fucking flock of seagulls hair and was like, demon be gone. And Hillary Clinton was no longer.
I actually think that's what he was saying now that you point out the exact wording, because like preachers speak in allegory, like everything is a representation of something else. So yes. Yeah, that's super, that's super fucked up.
Crazy bastards. And you know what? I'm sad that I caught that. As a lifelong atheist and somebody that's really only ever been to a Unitarian church, I am sad that I caught that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go and cut myself now.
Drink some bleach. Oh man.
Yeah, well, we know how demonic powers work. One demonic force is transferred to another, and I guess the Christians and Trump were successful in thwarting the.
You know what's always boggled my mind? You know what's always boggled my mind about these people is that I don't understand. And we had it. We have an episode in our catalog. You can go back and look at it. It says, "You are not the good guys." I don't understand how these people think how they're behaving and what they're saying is good. Like even if you look at it in terms of Jesus, the mythological person in the books, he didn't behave in the way that they behave. So I don't understand how they think calling a fucking black man witchcraft and a woman, whether you agree with her or not, a fucking demon, like, or saying that gay people can't be married, or that fucking college students are fucking Marxists. Like, I don't understand how they perceive this as good.
Well, Baker is just a con man.
Yeah.
There's no wondering about Jim Baker. Like, he got busted in the 80s, right? Like, he did jail and like he did his time and he came back out and he went right back to work.
I don't know that stuff about him.
Oh, I should show you. Okay, I'm gonna send you something, man. You're gonna learn about Jim Baker.
Didn't he con a bunch of people to build his property, and then it never materialized?
Him and his wife, but she got away with it. He jumped on the sword there. They were really big in the.
By sword, you mean my dick?
Oh. What you fucked me up. Prosperity gospel, where you like send money to them, and they ended up getting real estate, and they would like rent out rooms in these resorts and things, and they would like quadruple fucking book, and then just
timeshares.
And then just took everybody's money and ran, and they built like 4 mansions and a bunch of cars and all this shit with their money. CNN did a whole thing on like the 80s that Tom Hanks like directed. I'll send you the episode about.
So how is he still operating?
He went to jail and he got out, and now he's just doing his preacher thing, man. You got me.
But if this information is readily available, like the only reason why I don't know about it is because I'm Canadian and I didn't have a grand that sat in front of the TV and was like, I'm going to send all this money to the fucking blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for frame of reference, we don't have that shit on TV really.
But
it's like.
But Dave, the difference is under the Christian mentality, forgiveness is a virtue. So no matter what crime you do.
They say that, but then they don't extend it to my friend David.
No, but they do. But they'll do that for preachers, pedophilic priests. They extend this thing for clergy.
Okay, so
nobody.
Stealing millions of dollars.
Yep.
Is more forgivable than loving somebody of the same sex.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Never said it was.
Fuck him too.
Yeah.
Well, all they have to say too is that they repent. That's the good one too. Like if to continue to use David here, if he's like, oh, I'm not gay anymore, and I'm gonna get married and have kids, like they're fucking let him come back to church and everything will be great until they find that he's doing it again, and then he's on the out again, like, and then you just got to say you're sorry again and start faking again, like they're ripe for the taking there, yeah.
This whole
Except
redemption
if you're a non-believer, that's the only thing that can't be forgiven.
Yeah, but if you there's a loophole. If you accept it and be born again, then you're not a non-believer anymore, and so that you can be forgiven.
Oh, so fucking.
And well, there's also another layer too of like, even if they did have access to that information in his history, who says that's just now like lies or?
Yeah, I could see that.
The Illuminati demons coming.
The Illuminati demons.
There's pretty solid evidence out there for Baker, but yeah, I get your point. People can really bare their heads.
If you believe in talking snakes and fucking a man fucking lived inside a whale, you're gonna believe that Jim Baker didn't do shit because he's your preacher, son. Don't you backtalk me, boy.
Oh, my personal favorite, the donkey that talked to Buddy and said, "I ain't going anymore. Fuck off." Yeah, the talking donkey in the Bible is the best.
I'm more amazed that somebody lived in a whale.
It was a fish. God damn it. It was a fish.
They said whale, and that's a mammal. But anyways, beside the point. Did they not say whale? They said fish?
No, it's fish. And I swear to God, man, that is something that if you go into Christian forums and you say, "Oh man, live inside of a whale," they were pedantically, "It was a fish." Oh, now that fucking makes sense, buddy.
So what kind of fish?
A big fish, man. That's what it says.
Big fish. A big fish.
You want me to bring up the story? Don't make me do it. I'm not going to do it.
No, don't do it, dude.
No, don't do it. Because I really don't care that much, to tell you the truth. I'm just like, fuck Jim Baker and fuck his little sidekick. And Obama, I know a lot of people didn't like him as president. I thought he was a pretty good president. He would have done more. I really believe that. I really believe that. But I also do believe that, like, when they get in the office, and like, I don't think that it's like somebody that comes up and he's like, "Okay, now listen here, boy, this is what's going on." But just the scope of things. They go in with this like grand plan, and then they get there and like the reality of the job and like the international stuff and like your enemies and your allies and all the things that are needed to be looked after. They're like, "Oh shit."
Well, I mean,
maybe I can't do what I thought.
Just look at how much he looks like he aged 20. Like he looks like he aged 20 years in 8 years. You know, it's incredible the difference about when he went in and when he came out.
Well, it's a heavy lie to, like, the stress of carrying that lie of being from Kenya for 8 years.
Jesus Christ.
That'll change you.
Guys.
And also witchcraft too, right? Like, you would have imagined that.
Very draining.
So recently on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, he had Alex Jones on it, and it ended up being I guess shit show is what you'd want to call it, or comedy gold, whatever. We've pulled a few clips out of there tonight, but what we plan on doing is we plan on doing a Patreon only breakdown and debunking. So we're going to play a small section. We're going to stop it, comment on it, make fun of it, and debunk the things that Alex Jones and Eddie Bravo are saying in the podcast. But we did pull a few clips for you guys tonight, and we're going to jump right into that. So we're going to let Dustin kind of set him up.
All right. So on the clips that I chose today, we started talking about Alex Jones defending Pizzagate, which is this sex scandal running out of this pizza joint. And but I just picked out some funny parts. So I guess, Dave, just go ahead and play this first clip. I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
Which, again, the media misrepresented what we said and did. It came out in all those WikiLeaks, all these weird codes, okay?
Like there was a bunch of weird codes about pizza and about a piece of pizza.
President Obama wants $5,000 in hot dogs delivered. And they're like, "Are these really good hot dogs? The hot dogs weren't as good last time." Well, these are succulent hot dogs. Okay, so that's not about kids. That's
how retarded do you have to be? Well, what is that about?
It's male prostitutes. I mean, that's what the code means.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
How do they get male prostitutes to keep their fucking mouth shut?
Well, because bad things happen if you don't.
Jesus Christ Almighty. I'm almost at a loss for words. So male prostitutes. Where does he have evidence for this $65,000 thing, or is he just like pulling it out of his fucking ass? Like, no pun intended. Male prostitutes out there. Shout out to.
Joe Rogan has a guy there, Jamie, I think his name is, that kind of fact checks some things as they go. And they do pull up some weird emails about like some kids in hot tubs, but they don't ever pull up the thing about $65,000 worth of hot dogs. I don't believe. I'm just thinking, I'm just picturing throwing hot dog winnies at Obama's face, just bags of hot dog winnies. Like that's a succulent. That's his thing. It's not male prostitutes. He just loves just beef.
Don't you send me none of that fucking store brand generic shit either. I want higher. He's fucking He's ordering handmade fucking hot dogs from Germany, fucking Oktoberfest style fucking bratwurst motherfuckers.
And couldn't he have a tailgating party that he threw, like a big major tailgate party?
Tale of the male prostitute.
Jeez, I just find it so hard to believe this $65,000 and the code word is hot dogs. Like, really? Could you come up with something more fucking original than that?
The conspiracy that the Democratic Party, like all of them are involved in this fucking child rape ring. Like Obama, was male prostitutes, but the like Pizzagate, like they would order from a pizza shop and code like send me a Hawaiian, and a little Asian boy shows up. Send me a fucking Italian slice, and a little Italian boy. Like, give me a fucking break.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, well, that pizza place is owned by Podesta's top lieutenant's boyfriend, according to Alex Jones. But we'll get into that in the Patreon show.
I don't even know who fucking Podesta is. Jesus Christ almighty. What the fuck?
We're going to find out.
After this one, in fact, my crew actually got mad. I'm going to be honest with you. Let's tell everybody the truth here. We're about 5 days into this, and the news hadn't even picked it up, and all my crew is doing is all day reading thousands of emails. I mean, there's thousands that are just related to food and hot dog and kids and hot tubs and kid deliveries and the spirit cooking and Aleister Crowley and there'll be semen and blood. I told my crew, I said, it's probably true. No one's going to believe us. Stop obsessing on it and stop reading these emails because I want to focus on the election and everything else that's happening. So then sites start accusing me of covering up the Podesta stuff before it's called Pizzagate, and then I get blamed for being behind Pizzagate, and I'm not even bitching. I'm explaining what it's like to really be trying to get at the truth, and then people take the fact that it's complex. So you'd be better at this than me, Joe, because you know how to put stuff out clear and parse it. I just know all this crap.
Well, you get crazy and start ranting.
People won't listen to me because I got too much data. And you imagine what this is like? I mean, it's just, I'm sick of it. I don't know everything that's going on, but I know this. I have good CIA people and FBI and Secret Service, okay, telling me, yes, Alex, it's worse than you know. Keep getting them. It's going to come out, and it's starting to come out and saying, watch, when we start arresting the pedophile networks, we're going to roll up the Democrats and the Republicans that are involved. And that's why Trump said in his speeches at the inaugural, this is not about parties. We're taking these people on. We're bringing God back in. Even somebody that wasn't very religious like Trump has gotten religion learning about this. Because let me tell you something, Trump's not a devil worshiper, and he loves God, and he's been briefed on all this, and he's going to roll their ass up. So the pedophiles better get ready.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you just wanted to. If you had a juicy ass fucking conspiracy that was actually true about the fucking Democrats being fucking goddamn pedophiles, I'm sure you just wanted to talk about the fucking election, you lying motherfucking sack of motherfucking dog shit. Jesus Christ, Alex Jones is crazy as fucking. Holy shit!
Yeah, but I like the fact that he threw in the Republicans this time. So he's an equal opportunities offender.
He's bipartisan conspiracy fucking fucktard is what he is.
He's mischaracterized as far right. He's actually centrist. They're all crazy. They're all in just fucking kids and I'm just saying like he's not your typical Republican by any or even like a Republican conspiracy theorist. He doesn't care about gay marriage and things.
I would call him a libertarian more than I would call him a senator.
Fair. He'd be a right libertarian. Yeah. I'll go with that. Anyway,
it is literally impossible for that many pedophiles to be in one place working together at one time. It's like, what, you're a normal dude and then you become a politician and all of a sudden you turn fucking into a pedophile? Statistically, it doesn't even make sense.
And no one notices that, like, 6 buses of kids show up to a pizza joint and when they go out one by one. Into black vehicles. I mean, really? Like, no one notices this? This is in Washington, D.C., and no one sees this? I'm like, fuck me. Where do they get the kids from?
Oh, it's covered. They just got all the snatchers. That's what he's talking about. He's rolling up all the pedophiles, man.
Holy shit! This is like I would sue him so fucking hard. Like, yes, there is freedom of speech, but then there's also fucking slander, right? This is fucking slander. There's no other word for it. I mean, like, I'm sure, like, Obama's like, I don't give a fuck, smoking weed, fucking surfing, jumping off of cliffs into fucking, pristine blue water. But Jesus Christ, like, he's slandering I guess the ex-president now, but he's slandering him. This is not just saying, like, he fucked up on some taxes. He's calling the fucking guy a pedophile. He's calling, like, other people pedophile. Like, this would not sit cool with me at all.
No, I would.
At fucking all.
But, I mean, the source of it was hilarious.
Jesus Christ, he's a crazy fuck. All right.
So the next clip here is Joe's trying to defend the hot dog emails a little bit, and it just cracked me up the way. Just play it. I think you're here. Make sure we can hear real good here, Dave, so everyone can hear.
Maybe he had a party with $65,000 worth of hot dogs.
Yeah, maybe he loves hot dogs. He's like, fuck it. Fuck this diet. I'm not the president anymore.
Yeah,
I'm chilling now.
Now listen, I want 65,000 hot dogs.
You couldn't quite hear it, but when Joe Rogan goes, fuck it, I'm not president, Alex Jones goes, in the background. It's just where he's drunk, and it just sounds like he's just thinking about $65,000 in hot dogs. I didn't know if that should make it, but I just...
No, it's cool. It's cool. I don't even know what to say. Like, so hot dog. Here, let me try to. On my non.
Been like trolling him on. Is that the whole thing?
Yeah, Joe's trolling him on.
Okay.
Yeah. Hot dogs is code for brown gay prostitutes.
In this podcast, okay, so pizza is kids, and hot dog is apparently, grown male prostitutes. He says some kind of nut is like black kids, and it's almonds or
Brazil nut
or something, something like that. Yeah, he is code word for black kids. Walnuts. That's it.
Okay, question. Couldn't this be code for missiles? Or a missile? Or real fucking hot dogs?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So do you know how what's code for Edward? And the rest of the newfies? Cod.
Oh, my God.
All right. On to number 4. Buzz Aldrin. I'm just going to say Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah. Okay, Buzz Aldrin. I do know Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah.
Buzz Aldrin said, I want to come on your show. And I'm not going to get into all the heat. I know he lives here in L.A., and one time I ran into him, but let's leave it at that. And he said, I want to come on your show. And I said, all right, well, come on. And it's the only interview he said it. And he goes, I'm going to tell you, Alex, and your audience alone. He said, there is an obelisk, just like 2001. It's on the moon of Mars, the soul moon, and it's sending a transmission. And it's all real, and it's all Egypt, and there's aliens and everything else. And it's the only time he ever said it.
What?
Who said that?
Yeah.
Is there a clip of that?
Yeah,
Buzz
pull
Aldrin?
it up. Pull up Buzz Aldrin.
Pull that
There's a
up
clip of that?
immediately.
Dude, it was on like ABC Nightly News the next day.
Yeah, he was fucking with you.
Okay, let's not say whether or not there was actually a clip. That'll be in the Patreon. Please stop acting like you and Buzz are buddy.
An obelisk in the fucking on the moon of Mars.
It's just like in 2001, the movie. Just like that, guys.
And it's all Egypt.
It's all Egypt.
So Stargate. Mix 2001 with a little Stargate, and bam.
It's aliens. I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens.
And it's sending out. What was it he said it sent it out?
Signals.
Signals of hot dogs and pizza. And Illuminati and Obama's black SUVs and the black helicopters. They're going to surround your house. Don't talk. If you talk too much, bad things happen. Alex Jones, I'm out.
Yeah. That's almost as good as his 1776 speech.
I'm kind of gonna cry for him because he's really sick. Poor guy.
Oh, he's in hell. Like I believe he believes most of what he says. Right?
Alex Jones earns $40 million a year. Don't fucking cry for me, Argentina. Okay. Jesus fucking Christ, he's rich as shit off of going helicopters and fucking child molesters and the president and fucking I brought it to you first. No other person other than me. I got something right in 1988. Now I'm riding the coattails.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You guys are like stunned fucking silence.
I'm just thinking of this fucking obelisk out in the middle of nowhere. Going around. Sending God knows what kind of signals. Oh, fuck.
It's the lizard people.
But it's like Egypt.
Oh. All right.
This is like something you would like smoke pot, and they were smoking, right?
Yeah.
Hey.
I could totally imagine.
It's Joe Rogan. Of course they're smoking.
They smoked some very nice weed, and they were drinking whiskey for most of it. And I'll tell you what, guys, these clips are from the first hour and a half, 2 hours. So this is before they even got tanked. They get tanked, and it's transdimensional, shape. It gets fucking out there, man. Eddie Bravo goes, Alex, you have gone too deep. Which is a statement.
Which is like crazy. Eddie Bravo says you've gone too deep. It's insane. So the deal with people like Eddie Bravo and Alex Jones is they actually consider themselves to be the skeptics. Like, they don't consider themselves to be conspiracy fucking crazy conspiracy people like we do. They think that the information that they're collecting is the truth, and that scientific data from like NASA or I'm saying in Canadian terms, I should try to do it in American accent. NASA is, corrupt and not the right information, and that the people that believe in scientific data of, climate change, NASA, government statistics, we're the ones that are getting it wrong, and we're the ones that are duped.
Yeah,
which is fucking crazy.
But don't you know, Dave, they can control the weather. They've used HARP for years to control the weather. And Microsoft just bought the rights to it.
Oh, Jesus.
That is actually in this episode.
Oh, fuck, no way.
Yes, sir. It is the Mac Daddy. It is the Mac Daddy. This 3.5 hour podcast Joe did.
So I listen to Brian Callen and Eddie Bravo square off, and Eddie Bravo says to Brian Callen, where do you get your news from? And he's like, The Economist, The New Yorker, New York Times, Washington Post, like all legit fucking journalistic integrity fucking newspapers. And then Brian Callen goes to Eddie Bravo, where do you get your information from? And he's like, YouTube. Like it's some fucking like saying YouTube is it's supposed to be like, it's fucking YouTube, man. They don't have any laws or regulations on what the information that they're feeding you. And then the other problem with trying to convince two bastards like that is that they say that they're getting their information from FBI and CIA agents. Maybe you have one or two FBI and CIA agents that went fucking crazy and believe in conspiracy fucking bullshit too, because they're just people, just like you are. So it's going to be hard to convince somebody like that when they have somebody that's worked for the CIA that believes in conspiracy theories and says, oh, there's black ops and there's fucking this and that. You know what I mean? Like I don't even know what to say. Jesus.
It's a hard hole to go, man.
So here, let me explain. It is impossible to change somebody like that's mind when you present facts, stats, data, sources, and they dismiss your sources as what do they call it, Dustin?
Part of the
part of the Illuminati, part of the man, part of the government.
Just shills.
That's the word I was looking for. You can see how I'm not into this at all.
Come on.
Yeah. No, I love reading conspiracy theory. I don't believe any of it, but it is better than the best fiction you can find, guys.
Tell us you have another clip for us, Dustin.
I do. I have one more clip for you guys.
This one, I had to edit out a little bit here, but right before this clip starts, Alex looks over at Joe and goes, "Do you want to hear the big enchilada, the Mac Daddy of secrets?" And this is what comes shortly after.
So we're like a thought or a dream that's a wisp in some computer program, some God's mind, whatever. They're proving it all. It's all coming out. Now, there's like this sub-transmission zone below the third dimension that's just turned over to the most horrible things is what it resonates to. And it's trying to get up into the third dimension that's just a basic level consciousness to launch into the next levels. And our species is already way up in the fifth, sixth dimension, consciously our best people. But there's this big war trying to like basically destroy humanity because humanity has free will and there's a decision to which level we want to go to. We have free will, so evil's allowed to come and contend, not just good. And the elites themselves believe they're racing using human technology to try to take our best minds and build some type of breakaway civilization where they're going to merge with machines, transcend, and break away from the failed species that is man, which is kind of like a false transmission because they're thinking what they are is ugly and bad, projecting it onto themselves instead of believing, no, it's a human test about building us up. And so Google was set up 18, 19 years ago. I knew about this before it was declassified. I'm just saying I have good sources that they wanted to build a giant artificial system. And Google believes that the first artificial intelligence will be a supercomputer based on the neuron activities of the hive mind of humanity with billions of people wired into it with the Internet of Things. And so all of our thoughts go into it, and we're actually building a computer that has real neurons in real time that's also psychically connected to us that are organic creatures so that they will have current prediction powers, future prediction powers, a true crystal ball. But the big secret is, once you have a crystal ball and know the future, you can add stimuli beforehand and make decisions that control the future. And so then it's the end of consciousness and free will for individuals, as we know, and a true 2.0 in a very bad way, hive mind consciousness with an AI jacked into everyone, knowing our hopes and dreams, delivering it to us, not in some PKD wirehead system where we plug in and give up on consciousness because of unlimited pleasure, but because we were already wired in and absorbed before we knew it by giving over our consciousness to this system by our daily decisions that it was able to manipulate and control into a larger system. There's now a human counterstrike taking place to shut this off before it gets fully into place and to block these systems and to try to have an actual debate about where humanity goes and cut off the pedophiles and psychic vampires that are control of this AI system before humanity's destroyed.
Wait a minute, humanity the pedophiles is only in control of AI? How'd the pedophiles get in control of AI?
The pedophiles at a whatever level, the devil, whatever you want to call it, this interdimensional thing that gives them advanced off-world technology, the fallen one that's not of this world, is giving them advanced knowledge on how to construct these systems that have already been used before on other populations.
What?
Is that Satan?
But what are you talking
Satan.
about?
That's Satan.
But explain that. You're saying something
Satan becomes
insane.
something that the stupid preacher tells you about who's totally controlled, or something you read about on in the news or TV.
Right.
But this is an interdimensional force that wants to influence us to build something that absorbs us and kills us, rather than the divine free will we're given to build something much better that empowers the species. So the species is now making a decision about its entire future.
Where are you getting this from?
That's what it is.
But where are you getting it from?
I know, from looking at all the data, researching it, studying it, watching the enemy. That's the big decision that humanity has now got before us.
So if you were directing someone to investigate this on their own, how would they do that?
They wouldn't be able to investigate that. And I gotta say, he's fucking full of shit. Okay, so like in one of the clips a little while ago, he started talking about how Trump found God and God's all great. He actually believes in the Christian God, and he knows that the Christian God exists and that Trump found him. He would not be fucking rambling on about this bullshit. Like, he's mixing the two. He's mixing it up. Like, you know what I mean?
This is a kid that went to the fucking movies and thought it was real.
That's what I was thinking. He watched Contact when it came out. He watched Ex Machina. And he's like, fucking, they're doing it. They're doing it right now. Google's there. How do they,
He saw The Matrix and mixed that in.
There's actually some, like, his initial explanation of his theory just was crazy. But, like, I don't know. I mean, there's some good ideas for a science fiction movie in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So much, you know, some.
He's saying it's reality, though, David.
Yeah, I know. I'm not, like, what am I supposed to say about that? Like, he should be a sci-fi writer. Like, hone his ideas, you know, concisely. Don't make them so convoluted, and then write a book and see how it sells.
But we had Scientology. It's the same thing.
That's of Scientology. Yeah, it's just really like I don't know if he's an actor that's like an improv actor who is like making things up on the fly and making up a story, or if he's just really crazy.
No. Like, here's the thing: if you listen to his show, that's what the fuck he'll tell you. Like, it's the same thing, man. Like that is his story. That's what he says is happening.
It's way too complex for him to just be making it up on the spot. It's way too complex. I mean, the multi-planes and fuck.
Like that, the level of crazy there,
the level of mania, Jesus
the
Christ,
level of
man.
mania is like, he's having he's bipolar. He's in a manic state. Like, holy shit! I just want to say this. What?
There's people that are on LSD that are that fucking whacked.
I think he should shut up. Don't say his ideas. Write them all down, and there's a good sci-fi novel in there somewhere.
I agree.
Shut up. I agree. I think he should shut the fuck up.
No, man. Can you imagine a world where we silence someone like him? Just comedy gold. Like, I could laugh for hours at this shit. Like, why would you want to take away his rate?
That makes me cry. What he said made me cry. I'm worried. I'm concerned.
You know what I was impressed with? The way that he rambled that off. Man, I wish I was that good on a mic.
Oh, he's been honing it for 30 years, man. 20 years.
Yeah.
He's really, he's good. Yeah.
It's the whole 1776 again. We will rise up. I can't even do this good.
That was crazy.
That's fucked.
Interdimensional fucking beings and dark matter is gravity pull from another dimension. Yeah, he listened to Brian Cox talk about fucking string theory.
Yeah.
And then he mixed it in with fucking John Travolta's fucking Battlefield Earth.
And then take that and you mix that through with Scientology.
And there's definitely Dustin mentioned there's contact in there for sure.
Yeah, contact.
Signal.
Yeah, we're getting a transmission and we have to build something. What's it going to do? We don't know. Let's find out.
Yeah, but and you know, you like at the center of it all, like, let's be honest, at the center of it all is the grandiosity of Alex Jones being the only one that can bring the truth to you, the only one that actually knows this stuff, because I have the contacts and the sources to be able to put this together. Joe Rogan, you don't understand.
Yeah. You know, and the reason I brought in the second clip there, you notice he says, you know, I'm just telling you what it's like to be me. I have all this information and I try to present it. I have all this data.
Too, eh?
I have all this data. And, you know, and every
data.
FBI and CIA whistleblower and ex-astronauts, they all say, you know what reputable source I want to go through? Alex Jones, InfoWars Network.
Holy shit!
These are the guys they let out of the water for, like out of the fucking mental institutions.
I love that Balls Aldrin's like, let me tell, just between me, you, and your fans, and the 50 syndicated broadcast towers that we're going over right now, the deepest secrets, and I'll never repeat it again. No.
I would like to be 20 years old again and drop some acid and have a conversation with fucking Alex Jones. Trip my fucking balls off listening to him. Holy fuck.
Well, you know who does have conversations with Alex Jones? Trump.
No.
Yeah.
He's been on the show recently while running for president. And I've heard rumblings about InfoWars getting a press pass.
Yeah.
No, shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Because Alex, I think himself said that he had a press pass or was going to get one.
Which if Alex says it, it's 50-50, but yeah.
Okay, but isn't Trump always whining about fake news?
Right, which is why he wants to bring in his own version
of fake news.
Yes.
Holy fuck. Why don't they just suck each other's dicks already?
I would pay to see that in a weird way. I mean, I'll tell you what.
Here's my prediction. Here's my prediction, okay? Alex Jones has a tiny dick, but in Trump's hand, it looks really big.
Wow.
Oh, no.
Oh, all right. That concludes today's episode.
This was the Wayward Atheist Podcast. Visit our new website at waywardatheists.com. Follow us on Spreaker, spreaker.com/waywardatheists. You can email us at waywardatheistpodcast@gmail.com. Find us on Twitter at waywardatheists and on facebook.com/waywardatheists. If you enjoy our content, feel free to leave us a review on iTunes and feel free to support us at patreon.com/waywardatheists.